So we are at Last Dog Standing in Southern California for the Hard Enduro race, and this is the Trailbound YouTube channel. Thanks for checking out this video. We're going to get this race started. Telling me that this is a dead engine start. It's like the previous race that I did a video on. You go up this platform and then you shut your bike off and you get ready to start the bike and pin it and jump off. So you can see I got a little bit of a sketchy start there on the beginning of that platform, and that's because, I don't know, 2 hours before this race it just started raining, and it rained all the way right up until the race. It might be sprinkling a little bit right now. Can't really tell because it's still a little dusty, but I put my Climb Dakar gear on because I thought, you know, it might be a little bit warmer or a little bit colder, but it was actually really good temperatures. This race is known for being miserably hot in the 100 degrees, and we hit it off. We got a nice cool day. A little bit of rain right before the race, like I was saying, and that made this a lot more fun.
Oh, come on.
So like all the other times, multiple people fell off this platform bridge. This was a little slick because of the rain on the wood. It's really tricky because I'm on this uphill on the wood. I'm trying to just keep gas on just to not spin the tire, not fall backwards. You can see Dos Strokes right there. AJ, he's he almost lost her right at the top of that, but I think he heard me coming, so he just jumped back on there. In the qualifier race, I think it was, you can see him, he stuffed me in a corner when I was trying to make a pass right up at the end of this spot, and he let me pass there, so thanks for that, buddy. That didn't look steep, but that was actually pretty steep, and Dos Strokes was on a 150, so I'm sure he was feeling that one, really pinning it out to get up that thing. But here we are at our first bottleneck. Definitely some kind of slow hill climb. You can see I'm like, really? We're already bottlenecking. This is probably like, I don't know, 20 minutes into the race. Kind of ridiculous. Can't really go through the bushes, it's just so thick. And everyone's just kind of waiting for that one broken in line that's super dusty, super powdery. This is where I'm really stoked that I upgraded to the 300 this year, because I can just rev this thing out like my 250 and it just goes up this kind of stuff. It's awesome. I love this bike. This gas has been super sick. Ooh, listen to that 300 power. I love pinning that thing. But here we are at our next bottleneck. This is a much bigger hill. You can see it. That's a big one. That's my buddy Evan from my hometown right here. And to the left is this guy Christian. And that's Joe Nemeth that just passed me. These are all A-class guys. They're all super, super good. And everyone's waiting their turn to get up this miserable hill climb. I haven't seen anyone make it all the way up. You can see right about there, halfway up, is where everyone seems to be able to make it. So everyone seemed to be going right. I think that was the main Burden Trail. but this guy Christian cut in or burned in one to the left, the little switchback, and I was able to follow that one up. It was definitely steeper and softer, but there's less people there, and it just seemed like the best line to keep going if we had the momentum. It was pretty tricky though. And then you see I got to squeeze back into the line.
Thanks for the switchback. Thanks for the switchback. It was nice and burned in. No problem.
So, no better time to get a little Instagram in than middle of a race.
Bottleneck. Bottleneck.
There's just nowhere for us to go. You're just waiting on people in front of you. It's really frustrating because it's not really racing. It's just more like waiting. So it begins getting into that rut and just getting roosted on essentially. You see I'm giving it a short burst of throttle, just trying to pop up and get over into the rut. Just make a little movement at a time. You can't really lug up it. It's just you need power and momentum to get up the thing, and you don't have a lot of space because of the guy in front of you. Everyone's kind of looking around looking for different lines, but really there's not. You can see I got my Trailbound toe strap tucked into the pad pack. I got it wrapped around the bars, and I just figured when I was sitting in the bottleneck, I was like, I better just put this on now because it looks like people are just helping each other up this thing. Making the quick inside on that guy. I'm not really sure what line he was going at. He ended up really wide out there, but the trail was kind of cut into the center. Look at all that silty dirt just covering my arms. Oh, these are the Havoc goggles that I love with the magnets. You pull them out and you can wipe off the inside super easy.
Oh no! Are you kidding me?
So the bike is definitely suffering in power right here. And it's like kind of stalling out on me. It's really weird. He's waiting for me because he needs me to pull him up. So he thought I was just stuck. But the problem is my bike is not running correctly. I'm pulling the air box out because it sounds like it's not getting any air to it. So I'm trying to, like, I don't know, dust the air box out, seeing if it's...
It belongs to the trail now. Fucker.
Thing is, he said it belongs to the trail now, just leave it.
Dude, what's that sound? I don't hear anything. Oh yeah? Is it like a grinding? What is it? Yeah, it's like, it just died. What do you want?
I'm trying to figure out in my head what the heck is wrong with it. Trying to help him, help him get moving so I can get moving, but like I'm pretty concerned because I don't know what's going on with my bike right now and how I'm gonna get it up the hill if I can't get it to move more than, I don't know, 10 seconds at a time.
What? Pull from the front so I can get on the gas.
Got a nice route right here, like a ledge that people spun out and turned it into a really tall ledge. His bike sort of sounded like it was struggling a little bit. That guy Christian's pretty, he's like a really good trials rider that he just got into hard enduro recently. He's been top 10 in the A class last couple races.
The fuck is that noise?
You can hear it just, it sounds like, it's almost like the chain is locking up or the gears are binding, because it's just like, I don't know, it's like seizing up. It's really, really weird. I've never had this happen to me before.
What? Something's smoking. I know.
He said something's smoking. Like I'm wondering if I'm burning up oil or... man, I don't know.
Oh God. I'm dead.
So the starter's just fried at this point.
Fuck.
I don't know what to do because you still have to go up and my bike's not even gonna run, so I'm like, what the heck do I do? It's almost like the feeling like it's in gear, like I can't get it into neutral to start it type of thing. It's really strange. You can hear it going a little bit though. I think someone said like Cody's coming. This guy's trying to push me out of the way because I'm just stuck here.
Yeah. No. The motor or something. Push.
So we're just struggling to get the bike out of the way because pros are coming. These guys need to get through. And I'm just a dead fish at this point.
Yeah. I can't go down, I can't go up.
Guy said, pull to the side and let it cool down.
I got a toe strap, can you help me pull it up? It's broken. Go, go, go.
So I just starting to pull guys up to get the bottleneck moving again. Because I guess I was the bottleneck because my bike wasn't moving, unfortunately. Sorry guys in the back.
Oh, my bike's dead. That's blown out.
So Cody's getting up that route. You can see he's even struggling with it. So I just want to look in the airbox and see what's going on because it sounds like it's kind of like suffocating, you know? It's like, I mean, you can see how much dust is getting in here, so I'm just scared. Oh yeah, there you go. There's a bunch of dust in the airbox that's getting past the filter. I put a new filter and oiled it up before the race. You can see it's just like caked on there. This is really silty dirt, it's really thin, and normally for this type of race I would use a filter skin, and I use a lot of grease on the edge, but I didn't this race. I just used my normal no-toil. This is a no-toil spray. I was not expecting it to be like insane silty dust powder like Donner can get. So you can see there I was pulling off the fuel hose to see if it was getting fuel. And yeah, there's fuel dripping out of there, so that was fine. And you can see it's just a war zone. I'm just sitting here trying to figure out diagnose what's going on. So I don't know, like what, if you guys were in this situation, what would you do? Like how would you try to figure out what's wrong with the bike? I'm trying to go through these procedures. I'm like checking, like, is there oil in there? Is the pipe like hooked up? I've never had to deal with this kind of failure before, so I just don't know what to do.
I think she's toast.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad. What happened? I don't know. It just started making a clunk, 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 clunk. And now it won't start at all.
Who's coming up right now? Is there another one?
Oh, so look.
Now on.
Back at KTM. Back at KTM. And point. So 3 round.
I think that could be the guy that I was on the line with. I remember it was an SRT guy. Me and him were on the box stand together. So he's past me now. So now I'm kind of just like, well, I guess I'll just start pulling people up. This is Luis, the pro trials rider, who's been doing really well in the hard enduros. Giving her a push. If you ever push anyone, push and you're grabbing the fender, don't push up. Push down on the fender and push forward at the same time. You want to give them traction. If you push up on the fender, it makes the wheel spin easier. So remember that, dads. If you're ever pushing your kids up a hill or something, push down on the fender. And also grab the front wheel if you have to get up something. It's really easy to spin the wheel and pull the bike up. You see she's on the factory Sherco with the ride shop suspension. I think they're on the Kenda tires. That looks like a Kenda Gnarly, the new one with has pretty low knobs, pretty soft. It's, I think, similar to the Mitas EHs.
I think my bike blew up. So I'm a course worker.
So I guess the format of this race, if you guys were wondering, I did the first video on the qualifier. That just sets your position for the next race, which is LD2. And I did a video on that as well. So I got first in the qualifier. I got second in the LD2 race, and that's the one with the tires. And then this is LD3. This is the main race. This is the true hard enduro race. You can see, I think that's Tristan Hart, so he's in second place. Pretty big gap between him and Cody Webb. And then basically they'll take your accumulation of the 2 races and figure out what your overall score is. But this is supposed to be the 3, I think it's a 3-hour, the really hard gnarly race. The first 2 ones were just shitty sections.
Hey, I came back for you. I came back for you. I think my bike blew up.
That's Corey Garfunger on the SRT. He must be in like 3rd or 4th right now. I haven't seen too many other pros come through yet. So he's doing really well. That's that switchback line that I was able to get through. So now there's 2 lines. It looks like it's burned in on this. If you could get up high enough to get to that switchback that I did, I think that's the better line. You can go around everyone.
Wow, the view from here is stunning. Breathtaking. Yeah, it's got a nice glow to it.
It is a pretty nice view. Nice cloudy day. You can see I'm just using the bushes to climb up, and that's how steep this hill climb is. First 4-stroke I've seen out here. We are in Southern California, so the 4-strokes are actually really popular out here. Typically we never see them in the hard enduro races, but because this is kind of a pretty local race for people, they've been doing it for years, you get an overlap of hard enduro guys and sprint enduro guys, hare scramble guys, that sort of thing. Just trying to make it through the Gnar. At this point, I'm giving up, gonna coast down, and I'm gonna see if I can, I don't know, maybe bump start it. That guy was like, what the heck are you doing? So it's so dusty, I know I can sneak down, and while those guys are waiting for the dust to settle for the next person to go. But I just have to get up this hill, and look at all the dust on my pad pack and my seat. Jeez.
I think I blew up my bike.
So I'm trying to figure out where I can go to get back home. Just asking these guys to pull me through.
Give me a little tow. Thank you.
Come on.
Yeah. I think it blew up from all the dust.
Oh,
it just was not turning. I was like, go, 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 go. And then now it's just dead.
Yeah, that would do it.
So I think I might have freaked some guys out, tell them that I blew up my bike on this, because I heard later that, I heard a lot of guys just turned around. So I think a lot of guys were just like over it at this point, watching that dust cloud. They see me blow up my bike and they're like, oh man, it's ridiculous. So I'm just basically taking a DNF at this point. Like, I can't get the bike started, so I'm done for, essentially. And you know, I thought this was totally gonna screw me, but then later, a couple nights later, I was like, well, maybe I should look at the scores, because it's accumulation, and I heard the LD3 was super hard. So I looked at the B class, and only 2 people made it to check 1. Well, I think Aaron, who got first place, dose strokes, he made a couple checks, but then the guy in second place only made it to the first check. Everyone else DNF'd, so they must have got screwed on this hill or the next hill and just quit, or ran out of time, essentially. So what actually ended up happening, that was totally in my favor, because I got a second place in that LD2 race, and even though I got a 0 place in this race, I still ended up as 3rd overall in the B class, which is awesome. So it didn't screw me on the series as much as I was thinking. I got first in the Grinding Stone Hard Enduro. There's Max Gersten. I got first in the Grinding Stone Hard Enduro. I skipped Rev Limiter. That was going to be my one skip of the race. You're allowed to skip one of the 4 or 5 races. And yeah, so I'm still in good standing for the series. I think I'm in 2nd or 3rd overall for the series. So Silver Mountain will be coming up next, and looking forward to that. So I coasted down as far as I could, and then I was just waiting there, and this guy, he's like, he quit. He was like, I'm not going up that hill climb. It's miserable. So I busted out the "You Owe Me a Beer" Trailbound toe strap, and he towed me out.
Sorry, it was getting my neck. I was like, oh god, I can't.
So there's my girlfriend. She's helping with the photography and stuff. I gave her a call and told her hey, I blew up my bike. Can you come give me a tow out? But this guy beat her to it. We're actually super close to the staging, which is really convenient. I probably could have actually coasted if I would have known the road was right here. I like how he tied the toe strap. He tied it to the muffler mount, and that kept it up higher than normal. Usually we go around the foot peg, and that it's really easy to get stuck in the chain or in the tire. So I'm gonna have to. So I've taken notes. I'm gonna do that next time. I do have it wrapped around my bars, and normally I wouldn't do that, but because you're kind of locked in. But what do you guys think? What happened to my bike? You guys got any ideas on how to troubleshoot what's going on? There's so much. I don't know. There's so many things that I need to do. Change the oil, check for metal in there, and charge the battery up, and just, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out how to troubleshoot this. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. I'll try to do a follow-up video on what's going on with the bike. There's only a couple weeks till Idaho, Silver Mountain, so we'll see if I can get it back going. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to ride a Clappy, the 250. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment.